So we are we are in Spain.
We are,
We are in Spain.
finally.
Yeah.
San Pedro.
Yeah, it was what, 2 nights and 2 days of steaming.
Yeah. Yeah, 491 miles, just checked.
Oh, from Lisbon to
Lisbon.
here.
Yeah, from Lisbon to here.
Wow, almost 500 miles.
Yeah.
We were
And-
lucky. It was absolutely smooth weather.
It was.
Very
It
smooth
was.
ride.
Gibraltar was kind to us.
Yeah,
Too.
and we had a couple of knots pushing us.
Oh yeah. We were
Save
flying.
some fuel.
Yes.
Firat, this crossing the ocean is behind.
Mhm.
How would you describe it? Like briefly, like what your feelings, how the boat feels, how you feel on the boat, and how it's all went.
Mhm. Maybe with a little bit of more time to reflect on it, I might have more things to say, but I can still reply this question easily. It actually feels very nice. Very nice in the sense that it is, of course, a big thing. Crossing the ocean. In itself, it is a big thing, but also doing it on such a small yacht was a big thing too. We posted it online. We did come across one sailing yacht, which later in Azores I actually approached because they were docked on the same spot, and I had a chat with the captain. During the crossing, we had a brief
Radio
talk, and they told me what they thought behind the scenes with his first mate. He said they first couldn't believe, right? They think the AIS data was wrong. Because 29-meter long boat in the middle of the ocean. It's a motor yacht, which is not.
How big
something
was
you
the
can see.
sailboat?
It was 48.5 meters.
Oh, it's a big sailboat.
It's a big sailboat and a beautiful one at that. That's why they wanted to, hail us and see if it in fact is the case. So it is, significant in many ways. So it does feel very good to have completed this journey on such a boat. Preparations were, as they should be, very thorough and tiring in some cases, but the
Can
boat
you
and
tell
the
a
crew-
little bit more details about preparation? What it
Of
took
course.
for you to prepare for the crossing?
Well, the preparations were, I can actually divide them into two subcategories, so to say, the preparation of the boat and the preparation of the crew. The boat was, we did all the necessary services and we went beyond it, checked every system on board, took systems apart, made sure they were actually functioning down to ball bearings almost, in some cases, ball bearings.
Yep.
And of course, we supplied on spare parts. We supplied on
For oil changes, for maintenance, for
Exactly, oil changes, maintenance, and some unforeseeable, problems too. Say we were, to give you an example, we were carrying spare raw water pumps for the mains, just in case it broke.
Yeah.
down. It's just one example. And of course, we stocked on filters and so on and so forth. The other part of the preparation was the crew. Needless to say, there's of course the provisioning and all, but we did a lot of familiarization training on the emergency systems of the boat, fire extinguishers, man overboard drills, abandoned ship drills, which were be prepared for it. Hope no one experiences
yeah,
it.
it's the last thing to abandon the ship.
Yes, exactly. And now these things you do periodically anyway, but familiarization trainings on EPIRBs, life rafts, things like that. So yeah, after all that was done, I felt satisfied because I knew we did prepare as best as we could.
What actually happened on the voyage? Like, what did you do besides the oil changes? Like, and how many oil changes did you have, and what else you fixed or replaced?
Yes.
Can you tell
Not
this?
many broke down actually, but we did identify a couple small issues in the preparation period, and we addressed them. So thanks to that, I think nothing broke down. One of them was one of the valves in the hydraulic system, to be exact, power pack unit was about to fail. So we replaced that, which would have been a catastrophic thing, of course. Other than that, nothing broke down. So we ended up doing only 2 major services. Major, not really major.
Change the oils, filters.
Exactly. Oils,
But nothing to
filters.
fix.
No,
Just maintenance.
Nothing to fix. Just maintenance. We just made sure that the boat is happy.
Can we say there is nothing broke down which needs to be addressed on during this month of voyage?
We can, easily we can. I mean, in Lisbon, for example, we didn't have the time to stop. We started moving, and you see we've been on and underway for 500 miles now. Nothing.
Yeah, nothing.
Yeah.
Nothing.
And it's just after the crossing, so the
Yeah.
boat is in a good condition. It likes us, I think. Yeah, we like him too.
Yeah.
So preparation is a big part of it, of course. And other than that, I can say it was fun. We did have quite a lot of fun with the crew. We watched movies, played games. Everyone had their individual times too, which is very important.
And your shift was 3 after 9.
That's correct.
3 hours on watch and 9 hours free.
9 hours free. Yes.
Oh, that's the best. With 4 people, you can do it.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Easily.
Yeah.
Yeah. We did have time to work out too.
I was doing some long crossings. We were 3, and it's 6 after 12.
It's hard. It's solitary too.
Yeah. And very solitary.
Yeah.
3 people, you don't meet anyway. You pretty much live alone on the boat.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah. It's almost like solo sailing.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
So,
So we're here and very happy. In fact, we talk about it quite often. I'm not sure about Jody and Chris, but it's been quite a long time for Sevda and myself since we were lost in the Mediterranean, and we missed olive oil. I have to say, the food, the breeze, the waters. It feels good to be back here.
So, you 2 other members of crew, they're South African.
That's
They never
true.
been in Mediterranean, right?
Very briefly, I think they have, but I think it's safe to say it.
Has anybody crossed the ocean before?
No,
including you.
including myself. Yes.
Okay, so it's a first crossing
It
for
is.
the whole crew.
It is, yes.
Wow.
Yeah. And it went great.
That's something.
It is, yeah. Again, something we joke about. The only thing that would have made it better is if we caught more fish.
We didn't catch any fish now.
No, I don't know.
But instead of planers, we bought the teasers.
Yeah.
That's and we had the one. Probably we have one pretty good bite because we had lost
hook
the
was
lure.
snapped. That's true.
Yeah.
The hook was snapped. But I'm beginning to think one of us is cursed, Alexei.
Could
Maybe.
be. Could be.
This has been upon us for a long time now. I mean, 24 days of passage and 1 fish? No, 2 fish.
Something wrong with it.
Something's
We need to. We need to get a good store and rig it up.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Yeah. So
any questions? we
yeah,
have?
let me double check. I think people. All right here. Yes. Oh, someone's asking. I think it's an anonymous member. Where we are at the moment.
Where we are.
So we are in the Bay of San Pedro. It's actually 30 miles east of Almeria. We're en route towards Alicante, which is 30 miles north of us. So we're in southeast Spain at the moment. Beautiful.
Yeah, and it's secluded beach.
Yes, it is.
It's occupied by hippies since 1970, and it's why we decided to stop here. We're gonna visit the beach, and also it's a ruin. To me, it looks like a 500-600 years old fort here.
Yes.
So
partially
we'll do some filming. I think we'll climb up there. It looks
is-
old.
it is
looks,
going to be
but not
interesting, yeah.
too old. It's not Roman. It's not Greek. It's Arabian.
looks
Based
like
on the
it, yeah.
shape of the tower,
Yeah. You're right.
it's a
Yeah.
typical Arabian thing.
Well, we'll
So
know
it's
more
very
once we-
secluded. There is no road here,
Mm-hmm.
and it's a very, very inhabited beach with tents.
Yes, there are a lot of tents.
Yeah, a lot of people here, and no road.
And
So-
we're at anchor, of course.
Yeah, we're at anchor, of course.
So you took a swim today. How was the water?
24 degrees, a little bit cold.
Is it?
But I'm spoiled by Antalya water. It's
Yeah, that's
28
true.
right now.
Feels like must be feeling like bath water.
No, it's pleasant. It's still pleasant. Very, very good swim.
We have other questions. Can you describe the most challenging part of navigating the Atlantic crossing? Again, an anonymous member, user, is asking. So the most challenging part of navigating the Atlantic crossing. For this part, well, maybe we can answer this question in two ways: Atlantic crossing in general, and Atlantic crossing, this particular Atlantic crossing. If I start with the latter, the most difficult part was the first leg, that is from Miami to Bermuda.
Yeah, you had some weather.
We did,
and
yes. The
waves.
reason, oh yeah, high seas. The reason being was the time window we had was very narrow. We had to be in Bermuda, and due to some delays, we were unable to leave Miami. So we left not under the most ideal conditions, let me put it that way. It was actually a funny situation. There was a low pressure system in front of us, which moved away but still created a lot of strong winds in the northern. So imagine we're climbing up, and northeast of us is a low pressure, and in the northern hemisphere, low pressure is turned counterclockwise. So it was pushing a lot of wind and a lot of swells towards us from our bow. Then the actual high pressure, North Atlantic high, started coming down because it was pushed a little up. It then created also some winds and high seas. So we ended up running kind of around the periphery of those pressure systems, climbing up north to relatively safer waters, and then we started making our way towards Bermuda. It wasn't too challenging, I have to say, because you prepare for those things.
Yeah.
You have predictions, multiple models. You can reach them easily. So you plan it. You have the charts, paper charts, digital charts, everything. But getting away from those systems and still making to Bermuda in time, I'd say, was the most challenging.
But after that, it was smooth.
It was
and
smooth. Yeah, it
no
was
problems.
smooth. No problem at all. And Atlantic crossing in general, the most challenging part is to decide whether you have enough coffee. No, but yeah, you do everything right. You have the means, you have the knowledge. It's really not that challenging, I have to say.
But the coffee.
But the coffee is important. Yes. Natalie from Miami is asking, for how long are you on your way already?
You departed on?
From Miami, I think.
Yeah.
She's asking. We departed on the 14th of June. I don't even know what day is today.
today is 17th of July.
17th, 18th, 18th.
18th.
Oh, yeah.
18th of July.
So
right.
1 month and 4 days
Yeah.
we've been on the way. But it's really comfortable. I cannot really
But
complain.
seems like you're always on the way.
Yes,
You're
yeah.
always making big crossings.
Ex-
900,000 miles. We were
Yes.
filming Jamaica, then first Dominican Republic,
Republic.
the Wales, and then
Yeah.
oh my God, and charters.
And charters.
Yeah, your crew needs some rest.
Yes, yes, we do. It had been 6 months non-stop of passage until we departed for the crossing. So we've been underway for a long time. We put a lot of miles on the Papillon.
We need to compile all the miles you put on.
Actually, we should. Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm gonna calculate
It's
it all.
gonna be impressive. I think it's gonna be way above like 8,000 miles
Yeah.
in 6 months.
Yes, I think it is. It has been. So
Yeah.
yeah, that's a good idea. Actually, I'll calculate it.
Yeah, we will. Well, interesting.
Okay, well, questions are coming. So the next question is a comment by what are you doing with your life? I'm living it. I'm living it best way I think there is for me. Love Bering Yachts. Alexei is an amazing human and yacht builder. Found him through Notice Styles YouTube channel.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Notice Styles is great propagators for us.
Lovely people.
Yeah.
Dear
absolutely.
friends.
We're friends. More than anything, friends.
Rob from New Jersey is asking how many crew on board now. 4 crew, including myself. But whenever Alexei is on, he also acts like a crew. He drives the tender, and pulls some ropes. So right now we have more than 4.
Yeah, we have 4 crew and 3 passengers, including myself. We have 2 of the filming crew with us, and all our guys from
Yeah.
Bering.
Yeah.
So
Okay, this is an interesting question which I think you can answer. Dylan Stryker is asking, when will we see a Bering cross the Bering Sea?
that's in our plans. Actually, we're talking to few Bering owners who wants to do the Northwest Passage. So it's from Greenland to Aleutian Islands.
Yes.
And maybe then it's Sushiran, like Aleutian and to Japan. Who knows? We talking about next year. Stay tuned.
Yes,
It
dude.
will happen. It will happen. I tell you.
Cannot wait. It is my dream route. High latitudes have always been very attractive to me. Ever since I was a kid, really. Okay, someone. Let me read. Bob Uncle. Bob Uncle is asking, can you share the MMSI so I can follow on marine traffic? Sure, Bob, I can. It's 232-04-2773. 232-04-2773. It felt like one of those telemarketing programs on TV.
Yeah.
saying no.
And you also can follow on, tracking the marine traffic.
Yeah,
It's named Papillon,
you
registered
can-
in London, England.
yeah.
That's it.
You can write Papillon
Yeah.
and it'll pop up. There are a couple
Yeah.
more Papillons out there, but if you look for the UK registered
UK registered. Yeah.
one. Yeah. So we're gonna climb up to Alicante and underway. I think we're gonna visit another Bering, right?
Oh yeah, we're gonna visit Bering 70. We just come up for sale. We're gonna be a central agent, and I want to take a look at this boat and see what the condition. The boat was in use for about 3 years, and the customer wants to go up.
It's also a new, relatively new
It's
build,
3
right?
years old.
3
yeah,
years old.
3 years, lightly used. We'll see it.
Yeah.
I want your opinion on it.
Thank you. I'm very curious. This will be because I've heard about that boat
Yeah.
before as well, and I've never seen it before. So
You know what we will do? We will start the engines, and you will be next to the engine room. I want your impression. You know, like we will start 2 engine. It's QSL, no, it's QSB 7,
Okay.
6.7, but pretty much similar to this.
Yeah.
But I want to see what you will,
Yeah.
how you will feel it.
Okay. All right. Exciting.
It's a quietest boat in a 70-foot size and maybe in a 90-foot size. It's quieter than this one. Yeah, I think we achieved something on this boat
Yeah.
as far as the noise.
You made me curious now.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Oh, we'll see.
We'll see.
All right, more questions. George from Poland. Captain, have you managed your team during the long passages if there were some problems in relationships? So, yes, but it all starts in crew selection, really. And then the atmosphere you have on board. If you have a friendly yet respectful atmosphere where everyone feels comfortable, everyone feels home, and everyone feels among friends, of course, then any problems you encounter can easily be solved. If you have the, of course, right culture of communication on board. It is very tough to live in close quarters with practically strangers at first and doing not an easy job, I have to say. But again, the principles and the values you set there and the culture of communication you build on board and maintain allows that, then any problems you encounter among the crew can easily be overcome by talking, by discussing things and creating solutions. Really, up until now, we're fine, and I'm actually very happy with my crew. I know that it will remain to be fine. We did go through some very challenging situations, very long hours, sometimes problems with the boat, situations that test you in any way, but the crew just sticks together and overcomes these problems. So I'm very lucky in that regard, and yeah, so we're fine. So.
I can add a little bit to it. You feel the atmosphere and spirit of the boat when you enter it, and it's so pleasant. It feels like home. Everybody's friendly, and you can sense it. You can feel it. You cannot make it up. It's natural. Everybody's like, I hear laughs. I hear small talks, and I feel like it's a great team working the boat. And we are welcome here, welcome any moment, and you cannot play it.
Yeah.
It should come naturally.
Thank you
and
for saying
I
that.
can tell you the atmosphere and the climate on the boat is marvelous. And it's why charter customers loved it, because
Yeah.
it's all about how you feel yourself when you get here. You're welcome, you're a friend, everything is warm, but at the same time everything is done perfectly.
Yes. Thank you for saying that. It is true. Yes, I mean, especially in charters, as you say, because people perceive these things either consciously or subconsciously. You cannot really, what's the popular term? You cannot fake it.
You cannot fake it. It's a small confined place.
Yeah, it is.
And we all interact, and it's not like segregation or separation. Like it's we all, walk in the same rooms and everything, and
Breathe the same air.
making jokes, laughing, talking.
Yes.
So it's
Oh.
the best crew.
So, another question for you. Jimmy's first gen Mini Rescue, I think is the username. Sorry if I'm wrong. Hello, I love the Bering 65 and 72. How long is the build time?
The build time is about 2 years, maybe a little bit less. Yeah,
This is from the moment that the contract
from
is
the
signed?
moment signed to the delivery time.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Perfect. Okay, Özgün Cem Kiraz, we are looking forward to the next Bering Life video. Can you give us a little hint?
Bering Life video.
I think it's in Jamaica.
It's Jamaica.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's going to be Jamaica. It's a very interesting trip. We circumnavigate Jamaica. It's a different country. It's nearly off the chart of any super yacht cruising. It's very little of facility. It's actually 2 marinas where you can really come with this boat. And service is nearly non-existent.
Yes.
But it's a beautiful country, beautiful culture, and it's going to be 5 or 6 episodes, and we will come out in August.
I'm very curious about that too.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it was shot around us, but it's especially for someone who's not experienced in filming, all this world, it is impossible to see what the end result is, and it's often amazing because those people were very talented. They showed me a couple of their works that they did before.
We had a hell of a crew.
Yes.
We had a hell of a crew. It's very talented people. The whole filming crew was
They were
stars. Yeah.
beautiful people. Okay, more questions. Dylan is asking, how was the internet on the passage? Was it usable? We have Starlink. It was perfect throughout the passage. We never really had any issues with that. So I'm very content with
And now we uploading, downloading fast.
it. Yes. This
Perfect.
is being done via Starlink too.
Yep.
Where can we have a look? This is from Dylan Striker. Where can we have a look on a Bering this year? Cannes Yacht Show.
Yes, we will participate in Cannes and Fort Lauderdale. Most likely Fort Lauderdale will be without a boat. And the Cannes, we not decided which boat will be present.
Oh, okay.
It will be some boat there, but
Exciting.
not sure which.
All right. Bob Uncle, how's the fuel economy? It's very impressive, I have to say. We actually made a video about it where I have given exact consumption on each leg. But in order not to leave your question answerless, our average consumption that includes the main engines and the generator is around 45 liters per hour, which gives us, of course, condition dependent, but around between 7 to 8 knots. Although, like Gibraltar, when you have the perfect current aligned with your heading, we reached up to
10 knots?
over 10 knots
Over 10
actually,
knots.
and we were consuming 35 liters per hour with both engines and a generator. Oh no, that's not true. Single engine, right? Single engine. So it's
And you
very
did
economical.
single and twin, pretty much the same consumption.
Yeah.
Anything from 40 to 65.
Yes.
Depends on the sea condition, waves, current, but you maintain around 8 knots
Yes.
average.
Yes. In crossings like this, the only time you would need both engines kicking is really like the scenario we had on the first leg of our crossing. If you are trying to get out of a system or trying to kick through a storm, but other than that, with single engine, you reach the cruising speed easily, and it is roughly the same consumption. So
Yeah, you're just
makes
saving
sense.
your hours, your maintenance, your
Yeah.
wear and tear.
Exactly. Okay, I'm checking if there are Any questions? Oh, how long nautical mile with the oil?
What?
I think so. Robbie Deporter is asking. Sorry if I'm interpreting this wrong. How many nautical miles we make on a single oil change? We change oils in every 250 hours on the mains.
As per maintenance instruction from manufacturer.
Yes, 250 hours. So when you run single engine, which gives you 500 hours, and if you're making, let's say you encounter some storms and you don't, let's think of the worst conditions, you're making 7 knots, right, which is below our average speed, much below it, in fact. You do the math. 7 times 500, what is it? 3,500 nautical miles if you strictly do single engine. But of course we ended up changing the oil with this crossing more frequently. It is simply because the just in case principle that I have.
Yeah, you just move your service a little bit forward.
Exactly. So
then,
we had
then
exactly. So we did 2 stops, and on each stop we changed the filters and the oil just to keep the engines happy and spoil Papillon a little further. Yeah. I think I didn't miss any. I hope I didn't miss any other questions. What do you think? Should we
yeah, I think
wrap
it's
it up?
yeah.
Yeah.
I think it was.
But feel free to comment below the video. We'll do our best to answer your questions. We're still gathering more questions from the first live broadcast, and we're recording videos too. Some of which we already published. So I'll try to answer all the questions as much as I can, and feel free to comment below, everyone. Yeah.
Yes, and we will have a full video of the crossing, and also filming on the way from Lisbon to Alicante, which is about 600 miles, and we make a few stops, and we will post it very soon too. It's part of the crossing.
Yeah, it is. It is.
Thank you very much,
Thank you.
and see you again.